Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us at the inaugural Campfire event from Affinity. I'm Paul Ross, Vice President of Marketing here at Affinity. I'm going to be your MC and host for the next couple of days. And just to give you a sense of what we're trying to achieve here today, I want to thank everyone who's here. We have well over 300 people registered for this event, both in person here in Carmel Valley, as well as online. And a special welcome for you, those who are online here today. I know a number of people had to change their plan because of suspected COVID. And so we're still dealing with that as part of the pandemic. So I'm really proud to have so many people here in the room to join us as well. We also have a number of our partners here in the room. And you have the opportunity to speak with them and chat with them. And I think this is a great opportunity to thank them for making our clients' experience even more better and get more value from the Affinity platform. I'd also like to thank all of you who are speaking on our behalf today, or part of panels, part of our breakout sessions. I can't thank you enough because the content and the expertise that you're going to be sharing is going to be invaluable, both to everyone here in the room as well as those who are online as well. I'm also proud and grateful to all of the team from Affinity who are here. You'll see many of them who have a badge that says staff on them, or they'll be wearing a green or a yellow t-shirt. Please feel free to ask them questions, engage. And I think this is just a great opportunity to get together with some real experts in using Affinity and what we do as a platform. I also want to thank our sponsors. This is our inaugural event like this. So thank you for putting your trust and value into what we're doing from an Affinity perspective. You'll be hearing a lot from our platinum sponsor, Deal Room, both in some of our keynotes as well as in some of our breakout sessions. And they'll be talking a lot about the incredible value that they provide to our clients, some of the things that we've been announcing recently alongside Deal Room. They and our gold sponsors, Standard Metrics and Preqin, will be in our partner lodge, which is in Oak Room B, just as you come into the corridor here. And they'll be joined by a set of Affinity users, our sales engineers, some of our folks from our product management team as well. So you'll be able to ask questions and get a deeper level of expertise around using our platform in the right way. So take advantage of that as you go through the day. So what's the purpose of us having traveled to what, quite frankly, is an incredible place, other than getting to take advantage of Carmel Valley? Our vision for this event is really an opportunity to bring together a community, something we haven't done at Affinity up until now. The opportunity of building a community of you as investors and investment bankers and people working in private capital to share your experiences, share what you see in the industry, as well as the best practices you have for using Affinity. It's also going to be an opportunity to connect. I think it's interesting coming at the end of the annual startup season, and Sastra and, of course, Dreamforce. I think many of you would have been at one or both of those events over the last couple of weeks. I think this is going to be more of a vibe experience than those ones, to be honest with you, compared with what you dealt with those very intense environments. But I think it's a great opportunity to connect and a great opportunity to get to know the rest of the folks who are in an industry or set of industries that are very close-knit. And so take advantage of that while you're here. A critical part of this event is going to be an opportunity to tell stories. And that's what we're really going to be focusing a lot within our panels and our breakout sessions, is exploring things that we've experienced over the last couple of years. It's clearly been a crazy time, both in private capital and investment banking, but probably not in the way that maybe some of the VC media specifically have been kind of portraying. And we'll be talking a lot more about that in Ray's keynote. So the opportunity to share survival techniques, productivity hacks, deal sourcing strategies that you've been using in a safe place, I think is quite unique for us all. The other part of this is enjoying yourselves. This is a gathering for us to say thank you to you as our clients and our community, and providing an opportunity to have fun. I do actually promise that onesies are not going to be a requirement, except for maybe Ray and Shuby, depending on how their sessions go, and our quarter goes as well. So with that, I'd really like to make a transition and start our content, and welcome Affinity CEO and co-founder to the stage, Ray Zhao.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. I'm Ray, co-founder, co-CEO of Affinity, along with my good friend Shubham here. And welcome again. Welcome to Carmelo Valley Ranch. Welcome to Campfire. We're incredibly excited to be hosting hundreds of the most successful deal makers around the world here at this event today. These next couple of days are really going to be an opportunity for us to share best practices in relationship intelligence and deal making, and to build new organic relationships with each other. Speaking of deals, what an interesting time to be in venture capital and investment banking. Everyone here knows how much the first half of this year was completely shrouded in uncertainty. No one knowing how to price a growth rate anymore. Everyone pounding the brakes on their new investments to double down their existing portfolio companies. But the reality is, we all adapted to a new environment, a new valuation environment, a new lens for investing criteria, a very different set of competitive dynamics. The truth is, the sky did not fall. And what we've been seeing is the firms that have really been adapting, that have been winning in this new era, are those that have taken very data and relationship-centric approaches to what they're doing. Because this is a people and technology business at the end of the day. And so it should be no surprise that relationship data, relationship insights, understanding who are the right founders and startups to be reaching out to, who are the right CEOs, the right CFOs, and how do we actually reach out to them is making all the difference in this new world. At Affinity, we get this very interesting aggregate forward-looking predictive lens into what's going on in the world of venture capital, private equity, investment banking. We probably have more venture growth and M&A deals managed on our platform than arguably any other software company in the world. And what we've been seeing is, counterintuitively, this has been a big year for deal making. Across our more than 2,700 customers, we've seen over 650,000 deals added across deal pipelines around the world. Now, when we looked at that at the more aggregate level based on industry, what we saw really surprised us. In many respects, the first half of this year actually eclipsed the second half of last year. You know, in the world of VC deal making, we saw more VC deals added in the first half of 2022 than the second half of 2021, averaging around 75 deals per firm. And we saw that not just in the US, but also in Europe, where a boom in US-based investing, as well as homegrown investments, have really accelerated deal flow and momentum. And this isn't just a venture phenomenon either. So we've seen the exact same trend happen in the world of investment banking and M&A, where the deal pipeline, the velocity of which deals were being added to pipelines, were increased in the first half of this year compared to the second half of last year. And I think maybe most importantly, it's important to recognize this isn't just some hangover from the work that we all did in 2021. Affinity automatically classifies introductions, warm connections, and they're built organically across all of our networks. If you've used any of our relationship strength algorithms or connection features, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Our customers in the first half of this year created between 350 and 400 new organic connections, which is a drastic step up from where we ended last year. And so what that tells me is this isn't just an accident that we're seeing. You all are working very hard to be creating the relationships that are driving that deal flow that we've been observing. So that's momentum for our entire industry. And that momentum really translates as well to momentum for us as a business. Since this year, we've seen our net year-over-year customer growth, new client acquisition, balloon to over 132%, while maintaining a pretty incredible net dollar retention rate. I'm also very proud of the work that we've done with the data platform that powers all of the organic connections and interactions, the data and automation that are driving your deal making. Since the start of this year, our platform has processed between 250 million network interactions across you, your investors, your clients, your portfolio companies, and your prospective portfolio companies and clients. So we're incredibly proud of that growth, but we're even more proud of what our hardworking team is doing every single day to deliver the most exceptional customer experience for you. Anyone at Affinity will tell you this. Shubham and I talk about this ad nauseum, that people and culture are central to everything that we stand for, the most important things that a company has. And so we've been incredibly proud of the hardworking team, the incredible team in workplace that won a number of incredible awards this year, really recognizing our core values of caring personally and taking pride in our work. So for all the Affinians who are tuning in, who are in the audience, just want to say a huge thank you to everything you've done from the Affinity community altogether. This wouldn't be possible without you. Speaking of how we deliver a great customer experience, I want to maybe shift the lens now a little bit to why Affinity exists. What is our ultimate goal and aspiration? And why does that matter? How do we actually help? At Affinity, our most fundamental belief is that relationships are an asset. I would submit they're the most valuable asset that every company, every firm, every individual in the world fundamentally owns. And so if there's a single unifying vision that encapsulates everything we're trying to do at Affinity, it really is this. We're here on this planet to build a world where anyone in the world, literally, can cultivate and fully harness their network, their relationships, their most valuable asset to succeed. And we think that literally the way that everyone thinks about that question is going to be poised to transform in the coming decade. The underlying tidal force, this underlying force that's going to drive that transformation is this paradigm shift that we call relationship intelligence. And so that vision that I just shared translates to the mission that we embark on every single day, which is to build the most advanced relationship intelligence platform for deal makers to help you find, manage, and close more deals. I literally cannot stress this enough. If there's a single takeaway you have from this entire event, it really is this. It's understanding how relationship intelligence is going to shape the future of all deal-making industries and why it's so important. This is Campfire. It's a relationship intelligence conference for a reason. This really matters. Now, obviously, that begs the interesting question, what is relationship intelligence? It's really this new category of relationship insights that are made possible by all of the data that a firm owns but may not realize they own. When Shubham and I started Affinity in early 2015, the thing that really struck us, that really surprised us, was observing how much literally guesswork and memory seemed like the gold standards that were driving the way that all these different deal-making firms were allocating their time across their shared networks to find, manage, and close more deals. Relationship intelligence flips that idea on its head. It's about harnessing the billions of data points and interactions that already exist to generate insights that are both highly automated and change the game for deal-making. There's really two promises of relationship intelligence that I want you to take away. The first is this. It's about data automation. This is ending the hundreds of hours of manual data drudgery, manual human entry that has to go into maintaining a CRM up to date, keeping your contact records up to date, logging interactions, entering data into a system. If you're a GP, an MD, an associate, a principal, an LP, you shouldn't have to spend any of your time doing that. And likewise, if you're a head of platform or head of technology, you shouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars stitching together all these disparate integrations and different tools just to keep your CRM up to date. It should be put on autopilot automatically for you. There's a ludicrous number of hours that the average firm wastes on data entry every single year. Can anyone guess what that number is? Our research working with you has shown it's literally more than 226 hours saved every year per customer after onboarding onto Affinity. That is literally more than 10% of the number of working hours in a year, which is crazy. And this isn't just hypothetical either. So maybe to share an example of a customer that's really seen the value of that data automation and the decision-making that it helps shape. You're all familiar with SoftBank. SoftBank, many of their workflows on Affinity match many of your own in terms of managing pipelines, managing workflows, sharing networks. In light of the changing reality for many startups this year, executive leadership at SoftBank wanted to understand how their investing teams were deploying their time, interacting with their full constellation of portfolio companies based on, sorted by their investment size. And that was to really understand, are they allocating their time effectively across all their portfolio companies? With Affinity, instead of waiting onerously for weeks to get that answer, they were able to generate that answer literally on the order of minutes as soon as the ask came in and to act strategically on it. So I think it's unquestionable that data automation makes a real difference in terms of time savings and cost savings. But I think it's also only the first half of the equation. The second half is by harnessing all of this raw data and applying modern machine learning and NLP techniques on top of that, we can generate insights that make you essentially superhuman at your deal making. That's everything from who are the right founders and CEOs to be spending more time with? What's the best path of introduction to get into them? Who knows this specific person? Have we pitched this client before? Maybe more externally, what is the entire universe of all of the people and companies out there in the world that we should be spending more time with? Relationship intelligence promises to put the answers to those questions right at your fingertips, right when you need it, before you realize you need it. So maybe just to go through a couple of really quick examples, case in point, and none of these should surprise any of us. Deals that are close to warm introductions close more than 25% faster. And since adopting Affinity and relationship intelligence, you've shown us that you've seen a more than 25% increase in your own deal flow, which makes a really meaningful difference. Now, if we extrapolate this concept further to imagining, what does the ideal of relationship intelligence look like? What does a world where this problem has been entirely solved look like? It's a really interesting world to envision. That's a world where 100% of the data entry that a firm does is put entirely on autopilot. In that case, your interaction with the software, your relationship with the software really changes. You're only going into it to proactively be consuming this torrent of insights it's generating automatically for you. At Affinity, we like to ask that question. It's about starting with the platonic ideal of the user experience, this 11 out of 10 user experience or ideal product vision, and then thinking backwards from there, really peeling back the layers of the onion to understand what are the high-level themes that we want to invest in that are going to inspire the next generation of a product roadmap. That makes a big difference because it changes the fundamental definition of CRM. What is CRM? It's a relationship database. It's a relationship data warehouse. No one manages a database for the sake of managing a database, right? In some sense, when you envision the ideal of relationship intelligence, that ideal CRM feels like there's no CRM at all. It's all the data entry humming invisibly for you in the background, working 24/7 for you. That's really a world where the CRM starts to work for the deal maker and not the other way around. That's what it takes to end the tyranny of legacy relationship software. Now, obviously, it's going to be some time before we actually get there. There's a lot of really incredible and exciting things that we've yet to build that we can't wait to share with you over the coming months, the coming years as a part of this conference. But maybe to share one more example of a client that really has found success on Affinity since adopting it. So I want to talk a bit about Artesian. Artesian is a global alternative investment management firm specializing in debt, venture capital, and impact investing. Within just a couple of hours of onboarding, they were able to pull their entire inbox and network data, all their interactions, communications into one place almost automatically. And they really found success by combining Affinity Analytics, our business intelligence and reporting solution, with Kanban list views to manage literally all of their deal flow, all of their reporting, answer even the most complex reporting questions all in one place. So that's really the future. It's really exciting. That's what we're working on, that we're working on every day to get to. Now, shifting a bit from that to finally what we're doing today to help you be successful, our commitment to you. Tomorrow, you're going to hear from our head of product, Andy, about our product roadmap. We've got a lot packed there that we're incredibly excited to share about. But maybe just to preview some of the high-level themes that we're going to be investing in first. So first and foremost, I would say really data and building magic and insights on top of that data is the heart of everything that we stand for at Affinity. It's very tied to the intrinsic definition of relationship intelligence. So our commitment is to continue to add new data sets, new integrations on people, companies, startups, founders, markets, and transactions. Part of which we delivered through our very exciting partnership with Uroom.co, but even more of which is yet to come. We're also going to scale with you. This is really about the enterprise-level permissions, privacy, data access controls for all of your different teams and sub-teams, different relationships, different interactions that you're processing. And that's going to make a big difference, not just for the biggest firms out there that manage many different investment classes, but ultimately anyone who needs more separations of access based on your confidentiality and compliance needs. And lastly, I talked earlier about how relationship intelligence is about putting insights at your fingertips right when you need it, before you realize you need it. How is it possible to put insights at your fingertips before you realize you need it? The answer is this. We're going to be delivering relationship intelligence everywhere you work. Many of you are probably familiar with our launch of Affinity Meetings, which embeds the full power of Affinity into your Zoom meetings. So it could save you a huge amount of time on prepping for meetings, as well as allowing you to action on all of your deals instantly from within a meeting. We're committed to extending that concept even further. This is about really enriching the entire array of all the tools and platforms that you use every single day with the power of Affinity. So in some sense, the entire internet will literally become your Affinity. So we're really excited about that. That's sort of the product and technology side of the house. But I don't want to neglect the human side either, right? For a company whose goal is to advance the world's relationships, we consider our relationship with you incredibly important. And so we're going to be investing in the experience of being an Affinity client and really building collaboratively with you the company that you dream of us being. There's sort of two lenses for looking at that. One is in terms of our commitment to you as an individual firm, and the second is our commitment to you collectively as a community. So starting with the first commitment, we want to continue to serve you through our incredible customer success and support teams. Any CRM company out there, any CRM product, even one that's as instant and autonomous to deploy as Affinity, fundamentally requires this very hands-on, close human partnership to make sure that it models perfectly the workflows that you're trying to set up. CRM is really complex. We know that what you do is incredibly complex, and so we need to have that very human hands-on touch. We have one of the best customer success teams literally in the industry. We're going to continue ensuring that it scales with you as your needs as a firm evolve and scale. And our second commitment is really serving you collectively as a community. So Campfire, this event is a great example of that, our inaugural customer conference. We're going to continue to double down on engaging with great community partners like VC Platform, hosting local events, local dinners for you and your peers, and really creating an exceptional customer experience for everyone to build better relationships with each other. So I just want to wrap one more time by coming back to the mission of our company. This is really what drives us. This is what really matters, right? We exist on this planet to deliver the data and technology to help you find, manage, and close more deals by building the most powerful relationship intelligence platform on the planet. Thank you all for coming. We're incredibly excited to have you all here. Enjoy Campfire.
Thanks for setting out a vision for all of us to explore over the next couple of days. All right, so we're amazingly running ahead of time here. So I'm going to give you a quick heads up, and then we can take an extra little break in what we're doing. So I want to give you a brief guide of how to campfire. How do we campfire? First time we've been here, let's make sure we do it right. So first and foremost, build relationships. Make sure that you're talking to everyone around you, engaging it. This is a relationship intelligence conference, so connections probably matter here. The other thing is we also want you to get answers. So as I said before, like there's lots of employees from Affinity here, lots of people who have deep technical knowledge from our SE team, as well as our partners as well. So make sure you reach out and get any questions that you have answered. As I said before, the partner lodge is going to be a great place to go get those types of things as well. Learn from one another. This is the starting point of a community we're talking about. And we know each of you are probably the biggest experts in getting value from your data and from your CRM and from your relationships and deal sourcing and deal management, all of those things. And so we want you to share that. Obviously, don't give away too many secrets, but we want you to share it. And importantly, we want you to enjoy your time here in Carmel. It's beautiful. And this afternoon, we have a load of events that we're going to be participating in. Shubham's especially looking forward to being attacked by a falcon at some point this afternoon. But please make sure you utilize your time here in the right way, because this is an incredible location. The opportunities are great. And one of those that we're actually going to be doing is that I want to take a kind of quick plug for the Ride with Relationships tomorrow. Myself and who's sitting over here, our product management, we'll be leading a bike ride in the morning. We hope to obviously have a great morning in Carmel Valley. But we also want to make sure that we're raising some funds for the community here in Carmel Valley. So our goal is to raise enough money to purchase an automatic defibrillator for the Monterey County Fire Department, one of their stations. So if you have a bike with you, sign up. You can see the URL here, affinity.co/bike. You can also, if you're not going to be wanting to get up at 6:30 tomorrow morning and join me in the darkness as we ride up the valley, please feel free to contribute some funds towards the effort that we have here. You can get the link to the GoFundMe that's on that page as well. All right, so as I said, we are running a little bit ahead of time, which is awesome. And I know a number of you were still eating your breakfast as you came in, so having an opportunity to finish that up, grab some more coffee. We will reconvene here around 9:15 for a 9:20 start to our next panel. With that, thanks very much.